Is this a legit bald eagle right here I'm looking at? What's up, brother? What's up, brother? I don't even like birds either. That's crazy. Good morning, great folks. You'd think I would know exactly what a bald eagle looks like, being a Cletus McFarland fan for this long. All these years, man. I know exactly what one sounds like. Yeah. I love that sound, actually. I think it's pretty funny. Man, you guys, I was just checking the comments one more time before I hit this record button. I appreciate you guys. Now, like I said, I don't know if my sister will make her own channel or not, but honestly, if she does, I guarantee I will share it. I will show it to you guys and let you guys know what that is. And I'm glad that she wants to do that. However, I do think she's got a long road ahead of her. She's doing better than she has in a long time right now. Like we said yesterday, she has a job, she has her own car. We just got to get her, you know, that's the first 2 steps, and she's got many more steps to go. And I hope that she is able to take those steps. And I'll be here, like I told her yesterday off camera. We're gonna put together some sort of a plan to get her together. She's got a lot of things financially that she needs to come up with. I mean, I'm not going to bore you guys with that or go into it, but we're going to try to figure that out for her. Me and my wife are going to do whatever it is that we can do to get her over those hurdles. And so that, you know, in each hurdle that we get her over is one less reason for a fallback, right? For a slip, for a step back, I should say. So yeah, anyway, it's an awesome Sunday. It's a beautiful day. Me and the missus are gonna work on the house a little bit. I got some stuff I need to do to my little boy's room. I got some stuff to finish off the freaking floor, and gee whiz, dude. And I know you guys are probably like, you still haven't got that basement floor done? No. Square footage and planning for square footage has never really been my thing. It's funny because it always throws you for a loop, right? Like, my house isn't the biggest in the grand scheme of houses and sizes of houses. It's not that big at all, but it is to us, and it's got a huge roof on it. And whenever the roof got damaged, and I had an insurance company telling me to get quotes, and I get this roofing company out to look at it, and anyway, long story short, what I'm trying to say is they come to me and they're like, yeah, you got about 15 square, something like that. I'm probably butchering that, but anyway, I just remember the numbers seeming way too small for, I'm like, dude, there's so much roof up there. I'm like, what are you talking about, 15 or whatever? I'm like, I thought it was like 100 and something. And they're like, no sir, that's not how that works. But same thing with the floor. I have no idea what I'm doing. I went, and they dumb it down for you. On the side of the box, it actually said something like, this box of flooring will do a space 10 foot by 16 foot. Now, they're not accounting for any of the waste and stuff, and that's another problem, because you got to cut and stagger it. But I was thinking, I didn't measure anything either. That should be noted. But I was thinking, well, my son's room, it's 10 by 16. It's probably a little over that, so I'll just get 2 boxes. I laid the 2 boxes, and I'm like, dang it, we ran out. So then I was like, well, let me go get another box. Went and got another box, and then ran out. And I was like, gee whiz, I said, well, surely a half a box will do it. So I went and got another half a box, because for some reason you can buy this, like, you know, by the piece, I guess. But so I go get another half a box. Nope. Still didn't do it. So then I went last night and got one more box. Now, mind you, this stuff's like $80 a box. So I had no idea that I was going to go through this much And I had to really dig because I thought at the beginning that they were out of that collar, sawgrass, whatever, but now they definitely are. I got every last piece of it yesterday. But anyway, we got to get that done today. Like I said, we're working on other parts of the house. And yeah, I'll bring you guys along. Shopper though, stopping by the old grocery store first, grab a few things. But I'm really craving like a beef vegetable stew. So I'm gonna slap that together in the crock pot and let that just do its thing while we're working on the house, because it's kind of getting a little colder outside, and I just love like a stew or we did chili I think last weekend, so start busting out that crock pot when it gets like this. But anyway, now I was up late last night because there was an hour-long video that I had to upload, so it took a lot longer than what they normally take, and I was catching some of Rusty and Rowdy's live, and shout out to them. And how crazy is it to have such a cool pops, man, that you can sit on live with? But that led me to the inevitable Gobbler verse again, because they were talking about it, and like somebody said, oh well he's live now, you know, because that's how that works. He sees it and he can't help himself. He doesn't take a second to collect his thoughts. He just jumps on the defense. I'm like, oh yeah. But so I went over there, and this dude's literally talking about he's like, these people are saying I got bugs, and I'm guarantee you I ain't got no bugs in my house, y'all. And there's a fly like flying.
Let me tell you something. There ain't a bug in my place. You can bet that. You can bet that. Huh.
You can't make this stuff up. He wonders why people point and laugh, and there's so many things to point and laugh about. And you come in, but I'll tell you one thing I didn't know last night until they said it. This guy actually wore a pair of Ryan's jeans somewhere. That live must be taken down because I didn't see it, or man, I just haven't watched it yet. But bro, come on, man, you're out there on your front porch of your apartment showing off a glowing bracelet. Like, look, y'all, it glows in the dark, y'all. And then you're wearing his pants, and you don't think it's weird? You honestly don't think? Yeah, everybody else is crazy, right? We're all crazy, and you're like, y'all, it ain't weird, y'all. But speaking of the porch of the apartment, that was another thing he said. He's like, y'all act like living in an apartment is blah, blah, blah. Well, Ryan lived in an apartment, y'all. Yeah, so did I. So did a lot of us. The point is, we got out of it. I think that's the point that you're missing. I think that's where we lose you at. Is we all were at that point for a few years and then moved on. We're pointing and laughing, and we're bringing it up and pointing it out because you're probably on like your 11th year there, and with no aspiration or no drive to change that at all. So sure, yeah, that's where I live at. Big deal, y'all. That's what Meryl likes it. She don't want to have to clean too much. Anyway, enough of his stupid ass. Let me get a piece of roast over here and get to the house, man. Bam! Little man's about to catch some Z's under the new harbor breeze. Centreville. Ventela de Teco para Interiors. And he's got to be better than that old piece, right? Let's get it. Well, in the time it took me to get from the grocery store back home, a certain hillbilly trash panda, or what do they call it? Fat hillbilly trash panda, went live to reiterate that, hey man, I don't care. You think I care if you got a truck from Ride Up Church? These people think I care? Yeah. Dude. This is the same guy that I guess, again, wore pants to a Apple festival or something, which we won't even go there about how weird that is that they celebrate apples. But not only did he do that, but just like these glow-in-the-dark stars that's on my son's ceiling. Dude, you literally held that up because it was an Upchurch bracelet, and you stood out front, and hopefully your neighbors, I mean, they were probably like, man, what's that guy doing out there? But you're out there like, look, y'all think that this Upchurch, you think that this Upchurch bracelet didn't glow in the dark. You see it? It's like my whole face up. See how my face is yellow? It's definitely from the bracelet. Anyway, dude, yeah, you definitely care, man, and it's super weird that you try to downplay it. Just be one thing or the other. I think a lot more people would leave you alone if you just own it. Probably not, but it sounded good, didn't it? This is one of the only lights we haven't changed in this house yet. We've pretty much changed them all, and they were all a nightmare on me to do because it doesn't have the like modern style boxes. Matter of fact, one of them I actually had to change the entire box in order to get the light in there. But yeah, this is what we're doing today. And we're doing this and laughing at people on the internet. It's a pretty good pastime. Should try it. Ta-da! How long would you say that took me? I'm getting better at this. You think it'll... I'm gonna hit the switch for the first time. Actually, you might not want to be right under it.
I'm being serious.
I don't know. It should be fine. 3, 2, 1. Pull the fan thing. Oh. Our little boy's coming up, babe. Moving on up. Ah, it feels good. He had no air moving in here. Yeah. All right, then. I was trying to figure out by his clock how much time it took me. I need to hang that on the wall.
Took you till...
It was like 10 minutes after 13 when whenever I started. That was a great idea though, right?
Yeah.
I was like, let me get this picture frame, and you can buy these little clock kits. I did not think he would break 13 though, but wait, when he gets on a roll, you know, that's on high too, and it's not shaking that bad. I never was good at like balancing them. Some people, you can do that somehow, I guess, but yeah. I think that looks great, actually. Looks real good. And these right here, y'all, they glow in the dark, y'all. I know you don't believe me, but tonight I'm gonna charge them up and put my face in them. It's the process that's monotonous, right? Get some pieces down, get some pieces cut to fit the section, trial on enough glue for the next row, and wait for the glue to flash a little bit, you know, tack up or whatever they call it, and then lay another section, throw some weights on it. Nonetheless, though, we are getting there. I just got a few more runs to do, and then my son's room will be better than what it was before. And that's always great, right? If, you know, it sucks to have to do anything like this, but if it's better than it was before, then you've done something right. I hope the rest of you guys that had bad weather or, you know, damage to your home from the bad weather, I should say, are able to rebuild as well. And maybe quicker than us. Anyway, was that a bug in my house, y'all? What is it? Shout out to the old crockpot, boy. Man, I cut up celery, carrots, onions, corn, green beans, potatoes. I got some beef roast in this beast. Get in there. Man. Telling you what, that's one thing about fall season. You know, I guess in Florida, man, don't know nothing about that. It's just hot all year round. They're just trying to eat something cool, but a nice big hot pot. And I know I got an old crock pot. I know it's old, but she does the job, fellas. All right. That is the end of it. That is the end of an era, the end of an issue, if you will. His floor is completely done, and I put his dresser back and his official Trojan's locker that he really wishes he knew the source of, but I don't give up my sources. But you got an official Portsmouth Trojans locker in your room, son. That's all that matters. But here's a few pictures of it. So his floor's done. We've got dinner ready to eat. And sorry if this was kind of an off, weird, short video, but it's a video. Another one in the books, right? We're going to make it to 100. I can feel it. But I want to end it off with speaking to someone directly. And I know you're watching. So as all of you seen yesterday, me and my sister sat down and shared our story. And I reiterate, it's our story that we have all the right in the world to sit down and share with whoever we want to share it with, because we lived it, and that's all right. However, and it doesn't amaze me, it doesn't surprise me to see that the person who was named in this story, who was the driving force of a lot of the abuse and the treatment that wasn't deserved for a child. And if you would have watched it closer, and if you were in the right state of mind, you would have known, and yeah, I'm speaking to my mother, you would have known and realized that I was saying, hey, you know, obviously something happened to you as a child to cause you to do the things that you've done to me. And, you know, I try to look for that. I'm in a good enough place where I can look for what made somebody do what they did, and instead of just judging the person and instead of just condemning the person. Does that mean that I fully forgive you and I want to have the best relationship with you and I want to invite you in my home and hang out with my children and all that? No, it doesn't. And you can't force that on me as much as you've tried lately. You know, case in point, just the other day when you texted me and said, don't you think it's long enough? Don't you think it's time that you finally talk to me? And who are you to say what's long enough? Who are you to say how much time it takes me to feel comfortable? And I gotta tell you, that's not how you get somebody to come back in your life. Just saying. But the nerve of you to text me, and yeah, I messaged your daughter, my sister, after we separated yesterday, after we part ways, and she went to her house and I went home to edit the video. I said, just so you know, our mom watches, and she's going to try to text you and blame you and be angry with you for saying the things that you've said, because she still hasn't come to terms with her part and the role that she's played in this whole story. And even though I expected it as much I expected it so much that I warned my sister that, hey, you know, this lady, our mother, is going to lash out, is going to reach out in anger and make you feel guilty and make you feel like you shouldn't have done and said what you said, and you're wrong for doing that. Even though I knew that, I guess I still didn't see, for whatever reason, her saying the same thing to me. But yeah, you decided to text me and tell me that I just, why? Can't understand why you would lie. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Patty. You're never going to get anywhere with me by not owning your actions, right? And like I said, I completely understand. Maybe you had a terrible childhood. Maybe you had a mother that was abusive, and I'm sorry for that. And I hate that for you. And I hope that you have somebody that you can talk to and you can share your trauma with that can help you get past that. However, it doesn't excuse what you've done to me and the things that you've put me through. And if nothing else, if it you know, even though I've never gotten any kind of apology from you or any kind of acknowledgement of the things that you've done to me, what I do get as far as healing is to be able to share this with this small group of people that I've managed to acquire online. And, you know, also with close friends, I share these stories, and that's healing for me. So as a typical abuser, you think that you're going to take that from me, but nah. I'm too far along mentally. I'm in too good of a space for you to, and I went easy on you is the crazy part. I went easy on you. I didn't share nearly as much as I could have. Yeah, I could have told them about how, you gave Dad a couple too many of his pills, and whenever he passed out, you had me drive you to that weird old guy's house down there in those apartments so you could cheat on Dad. And then when I realized you were cheating on him and left you there, you drove a wedge between me and my father and told him, oh no, well, your son left me and made me, he was just driving me to the carryout to get some smokes and left me down there. Oh yeah, I could have done that, right? Oh, I could have shared with the people on here of how whenever I told you that me and my wife were having little baby Finley, that you texted us and said, hey, I hope that baby's born retarded. I hope that baby's born mentally ill, and I hope that baby has all these problems. I could have told him that. I didn't say that. Oh, here was a real stinger. I could have told him how whenever I first was diagnosed with this heart issue that I have, that I got my first prescription for the heart medication, came over and visited you and Dad, and you stole my heart pills from me. Could have told him that. Man, I went really easy on you. But this isn't to bash you, and this is not the purpose. But it's just alarming that you still think that you have some sort of control over me. I'm a grown man who's edging on 40 years old, and the things that my mother did to me, I've come to terms with, and so much so that I'm willing to share them on social media with my sister and her opinion of what you did to us. And by no means do you have any power to do anything about that. But if if what you say is true, that you really want to be in my life and my kid's life and your grandkid's life, the one that didn't come out retarded and mentally handicapped and had all these problems that you wished upon him, but is actually doing pretty well. He's a bright young kid and can play the hell of a piano. But anyway, I got bigger goals than trying to mend my relationship with people who tried to tear me down. And the rest of you guys know what that goal is, right? You guys are already saying it. I can hear you saying it on the other side. I can hear you saying it, and that's pay that truck off, baby. Woo!